today what that looks like is us starting the Daniel fast. I was just thinking I'm starting this fast and I've never done it before, so why not go live and bring y'all along with me. I did do some grocery shopping, but for the week to get us started. However, we're gonna make this real simple and make one meal, okay? Let me know if in the chat, like, say hi. I'd love for y'all to say hi. And let me know if you've ever done the Daniel fast before, or if this is your first time too, because it's my first time. If you watched my video before, you already know. We keep it simple over here. Today is no different. We are going to make a tofu chipotle bowl. So let's go ahead and get started. To start off, I've already washed off my ingredients, and yes, I've already used a piece of my bell pepper, so don't come for me. Gotta use everything. I'm gonna get my blender, and y'all, this blender has been loved on because it was given to me by my grandmother. And so I'm going to continue to use it and love it. So we're just going to put that to the side. So with our tofu bowl, since, you know, not having any meat in it, I'm going to make, and you know, other things that we can't have any dairy, I'm going to make a sauce to start off to go with the tofu. And so I'm just going to start off just cutting up some tomatoes real quick, and then I'm gonna add some bell pepper, and all of this we're gonna be putting in our blender. Y'all, and it might get a little messy in here because I'm a little messy when I cook, so it is what it is. We'll try to keep it as neat as possible, but I'm not making any promises. So usually I put a chipotle pepper in there when I make this, but I'm gonna use this habanero pepper. I'm gonna make sure to take out the seeds just because it is too spicy. Y'all like spicy, or you like things mild? Let's throw this in our blender. We got our tomatoes, green peppers, and our habanero, and we can't forget the seasoning. So I don't have a recipe. I just season until I feel like it's been loved. There, love it. Y'all saw all that stuff flying. That's what I'm talking about. Not necessarily the neatest, but it is what it is. This is some cumin, so I'm gonna put that in there. If I can open it. And then a little bit of a Lari seasoning. And then we're gonna blend it so we can get the sauce going. And like I said, this is gonna be real quick because this is about prioritizing ourselves, so we're gonna be in the kitchen all day. So kind of like a salsa, but I'm gonna add this to our tofu. Let me know if y'all have had tofu before. I tried it, I think, maybe it's been like a year and a half, and at first I was definitely, you know, it's like, I'm not eating that. However, I tried it at a all-inclusive resort since it was included, and it was good. And it basically just takes on whatever flavor you give it. So go ahead and give it some flavor. You're gonna be good. All right, so for the tofu, I already washed washed it off, or not washed it off, I drained it so that we get all the water out of it. And I'm just going to crumble it a little bit, and then I'm going to season it. So I'm just gonna use this just to break it up some before I season it, so season can get all up in there. If you have some time, you can also season it the night before, because it is definitely gonna take on whatever flavor you give it. And I'm just gonna kind of use the same seasonings. I'm gonna use some Lawry's seasoning salt. And then some cumin. Y'all, I'm opening it because I'm not patient to wait for it to come out the little part. So let me know, this is, even if you are not doing the Daniel fast, this is basically, you know, a reset. If you saw my previous video, this is just time that I'm just trying to show myself some love. I am prioritizing myself, and with the Daniel fast, for me, it's about just intention and discipline. So I am cutting out things that, you know, I don't necessarily need to have. The one thing that I would have to say that I truly love is, I don't know if y'all have it or if it's the HTO where you live, but I like having the mango fresco sweet tea. And when I say I have a love relationship with it, I really like it. I really like it. And so now I'm being more intentional with just things that I am putting into my body. What's one thing that y'all love? How do you like to reset on Sundays? Or is Sunday even your reset day? What do you like to do? I know we all have different schedules, whether it's going for a walk, getting a meal prepped for the week, or taking care of your body, facials. Let me know in the comments what you like to do. Alright, so let me show y'all. This is how our tofu is looking. And then I'm just going to put this in a pan and kind of fry it. Okay, if y'all have kids, does this happen to y'all? Because I was gonna put this olive oil in the pan, you know. Do y'all hear that? There's nothing in there, but yet it's still in the jar. I don't know why. So I'm just gonna use this olive oil instead. Alright, so we'll let that heat up for a little bit. And then I am going to start to cut up our cilantro. Now, I already washed the cilantro off, so I'm just gonna cut it up a little bit. And this is going to go in our brown rice. Okay, real quick, y'all. I cannot make brown rice. The minute rice, none of that, brown rice. I don't know, it doesn't come out right, so we using the boil in the bag because this is just, it's what works for me. Okay, so that's what we're gonna use. So we'll do that in a minute, but let me just chop up this cilantro. At the top of of it. I don't really cut off stems. That's up to you. That's pretty good. So now we got something done while we wait on our pan to heat up. So I'm just gonna throw this tofu in there, literally. Look, y'all, we already got our sauce made. We already have our tofu in here. I told y'all, I'm not gonna be in the kitchen all day. What I've been realizing, y'all, is that don't let me burn the tofu while I'm talking to y'all. But what I have been realizing is that I keep saying that I'm gonna prioritize myself, and you know, it's my time to prioritize myself. I do it for a little while. It falls off when, you know, life gets busy, but the time is now to prioritize myself, not when things slow down. They may never slow down. You know, I have kids, one that's still at home, one that is grown, and then my stepson who's in college, but life gets busy with basketball and activities and just, you know, the day-to-day working. So the time is now to start prioritizing myself. And, you know, I hope that you start to do the same. And one thing that I love that I have been really enjoying is I don't have to be in the kitchen all day. I'm really starting to define what is the lifestyle that I want to live. How am I prioritizing myself? What does that look like for me? Because it may not look like the same for you. But for me, prepping things early, you know, during the week when I go grocery shopping, having quick meals on hand, so then I'm not all burnt out and, you know, not having energy for myself at the end of the night to do something for myself, whether that is journaling, just sitting, going for a walk, watching a show, all of these things. What's one thing that you feel like you can do that will, you know, give you some energy? What does that look like for you throughout your, you know, throughout your day? Okay, we're gonna let this cook a little bit, and we're gonna open these beans real quick. I am using canned beans. Let me show y'all real quick. I'll be back. So I thought I was gonna make some black beans from scratch, but I ain't there yet, y'all. So we're gonna use these canned black beans. We just gonna use them, okay? And it's okay. We're gonna be all right with that. So I'm gonna open these beans real quick. Have y'all seen? It's some way they say you're supposed to open a can. I'm sticking into the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to, because I don't know about that, but this way works for me. So that's what we're doing. So I said we're making these tofu bowls, tofu chipotle bowls, right? That does not mean that it has to taste exactly like chipotle. We just over here doing our best so that, you know, we're gonna eat good tonight. It's our version of chipotle. So, because canned stuff has a lot of sodium in them, usually I drain both cans. Today, I'm just gonna drain one can because I feel like without the meat and the dairy, the sour cream, the cheese, I'm gonna need a little extra juice or something. So I'm just gonna rinse that all real quick. And I'm literally just gonna put it in this pot. What we're not gonna do is cut ourselves, because I already did that a few months ago. And since I'm straining so much stuff, I just have this little glass little strainer over here that I just use. Alright. Our tofu is getting brown, just like we like it. So, to our beans, I'm not going to add any salt because I feel like it's enough in there. I am going to add some cumin. And then I like to add smoked paprika and chili powder. Give it a little spice. A little chili powder. And then some garlic and onion powder. Y'all don't know where the garlic powder, oh, here it is. Right in front of my face. Alright, I try to keep the seasonings in alphabetical order, so I'm going to set these to the side. I can't promise I'm going to do that right now. See? We got our black beans, we got a seasoning, and we're going to throw this on the stove for a little while, heat it up. Look, getting a little bit more brown. Listen to them. We are going to be eating soon. So once this cooks a little bit, then our little handy dandy sauce that we had, I'm gonna add that to the tofu. All right, what next? What we have to make next? Y'all, I'm not sure what I'm gonna find when I open these avocados, if they're gonna be too brown. I was making some guac, but we're gonna see, because they feel kind of soft. I don't know, y'all. I don't know, but hopefully they're gonna be all right. Let's see. Let me just wipe this real quick, y'all. All right, so what do y'all have planned for 2026? I know, we're sometimes big on New Year's resolutions. Let me know in the comments. Do you have a New Year resolution, or Are you just trying to create a new lifestyle for yourself? Or maybe you just got it all together already. And if so, help your girl out, because my life is still not quite there yet. Let's see. I don't know, y'all. This is seeming like it's a real mushy. I peeked, but I mean, it's got a little brown, little couple. We're gonna see. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna let that brown a little bit more, and then I'm gonna throw the sauce on there and let it sit for a little bit. I mean, we gonna test it out. I'm not making that much guacamole either. I don't know, y'all. These brown spots are bothering me, so I'm gonna have to cut a little bit of this out. I know some people mind, some people don't mind, but I'm gonna mind. And I just got these yesterday. But here we are. Alright, so how do y'all make guacamole? I'm just putting this in here. And then I'm going to get a lime out of the refrigerator and squeeze that over it before it gets any more brown. Let's see if we can roll it a little bit. Alright, I'm going to squeeze this lime on here. So we can keep it from getting brown. Then let's mash it a little bit. Y'all like chunky guacamole, or you like it real smooth? I like it with a little bit of chunk. Alright, look at our tofu. Looking like we're about to have some meat up in here, but we're not. I'm just adding the sauce that we made together. Get all that goodness out of there. I'm gonna move this to that because we don't like that thing. Alright, y'all. Y'all can see my drawer. Don't come for me because I most definitely, I need a system for my drawers and my tops. So if y'all have a system, because right now the system is just put it in the drawer and that's it. So we got that. Now let's put our rice on, since I think it's gonna take like 8 to 12 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. So we can do that and then get back to our guacamole. How long has it been, y'all? I've been talking to y'all for about 25 minutes, and honestly, y'all, we almost done. We're gonna be eating soon. So no, we're not in the kitchen all day and all night. Got us a pot. We're gonna get some water. Alright, and I am going to boil this. Let me see how many bags I'm gonna make. My son is at practice right now for basketball, and I know he's gonna come home and call me and say, whatever you thought you was gonna put in my bowl, put 3 times more, because he's hungry. He's starving. So what y'all think? Should we make 2 of these or should we make 3 of these? I might make 3 so we can have even more leftovers for the kid. Yeah, someone said, never be ashamed to take shortcuts. No, we're not ashamed over here. The shortcuts. Boil in a bag. We using canned beans. If I get to the level of making those black beans, I don't know, y'all. And I may have to do it with y'all. And y'all can be in the comments and help the girl out, because I'm not sure if that's my ministry. My aunt was telling me about making some black bean soup. This actually might be the good time to make that soup, because it's been like, I don't know, maybe a year, more than a year, and I haven't still made it. So we might, I don't know. I'm not making no promises. But yeah, so we're gonna let this water, I think I need a little bit more water. We're gonna let this water boil for a little bit, and then I'm gonna put the boil in the bag in there. Look, it hasn't even gotten that messy in here. Not that messy. All right, so I got my limes. And we cut up our cilantro earlier. I'm gonna put a little bit of cilantro in mine. Do as you please with yours. And I'm going to add a jalapeno pepper as well. Let's just put this in a bowl so we can have a little bit more working space. I told y'all, I warned y'all. I just get a little messy. That's all right. We're not trying to be perfect. What we're trying to do is eat today. All right. So back to what I was saying. Another thing too that I was talking with a family member, that she showed me this lady, I think it was on Instagram, I can't remember, but instead of doing a vision board, she did a bingo board, and it had like all the things that she wanted to accomplish, this year. And I thought, like, that's a great idea, y'all. I have vision. My vision, besides my sight, but anyway, my vision is not the problem. I have vision, but it's taking action on what it is that I'm trying to do. And I feel like making the bingo board I think that would be good. It'll be fun. Let me know if y'all are interested in making that, and maybe we can do that together. So then, you know, we can make some little bingo chips and have some things to cross off. And instead of saying I'm prioritizing myself, wouldn't it be great to show like how I prioritized myself, how you prioritize yourself by marking things off that you said you wanted to, you know, accomplish. Whether it's, you know, it could be I want to do my facial routine every night. Mark it off on your bingo card. Bam, you've done it. You're prioritizing yourself now, so it doesn't have to be anything big. But yeah, I'm thinking that I am going to do that real soon. I know we're already in January, but that's okay because it's not too late. This, for me, it's not really a New Year's resolution. It's just, you know, building a lifestyle that I love is the name of the game. All right, so I want this to have some spice, so y'all, I did put a half of pepper in there because I want it to be spicy. I'm gonna drop those in there. Yeah, I never use the timer on the I'm gonna use the timer on here. I usually use the timer on my stove, but I'm gonna use this one for now, real quick. All right, so we got our avocado, we have our cilantro, we have onion that I'm cutting up now. I always cut off like the first piece, but I don't know. It's the same thing with like bread. I don't like the butter bread, and I'm gonna do that with this onion too. Just gonna cut it off. Is it just me? I know I'm picky. We're gonna cut this up. Y'all, again, just cut it. It don't have to. It does not have to be perfect. We're trying to get done, not be perfect. I'm gonna cut it left, right, up, and down, and put it in there. And y'all didn't see earlier, but I actually came on live earlier. And this is what I'm talking about, not being perfect, but just, you know, building something that you love. This is something that I wanted to do. And the first time, it was not perfect, y'all, because I had the camera the wrong way. So guess what? I had to try again. So if y'all see a deleted one, that's why. And it's okay to have to try something again if you don't get it right, especially when we're talking about building this lifestyle. It's with trial and error, okay? Prioritizing yourself. Sometimes it may not look, you know, the best. We may slip into old habits. That's okay. Try again. We're human. I'm gonna get a tomato because, like I said, I started it and I didn't realize the light wasn't going, so now I need another tomato out the refrigerator. So the other thing I was talking about, so usually when I get home from the grocery store, I have been like washing off, you know, the vegetables. I still have to do my fruits tonight, but that has been a big help because I don't have to go and wash all this stuff off. It's already done for me when I start. So we're gonna add a little bit of tomato, and then of course we're going to season it. So I'm gonna add some cumin, some oregano, and a little bit of Himalayan salt. Alright. And our beans are all done. Our tofu is sitting over there doing its thing. We well on our way, y'all. Throw this in there. And where would I be without my towel to wipe my hands on? All right, let me get the salt, y'all. Cumin's already there. So, salt to your liking. And season with how much ever love you have to give your food. However you like. It's your world. Okay, y'all, the light is going in and out. I don't know why I just sang right there. Y'all don't want me to sing, but I did. So there we go. All right, let's see what we working with. All right. We working. We got it right on the first try. It's good. It's really good. Okay. All right. So now we can cross that off of our list. We just waiting on our rice. And I'm gonna cut up a little bit more onion because I'm gonna pop some corn in the microwave. And again, another shortcut. Yes, I'm using frozen corn. It's going in the microwave. I'm gonna add some onion and cilantro. And then we're about to get this building this chipotle bowl because it's time to eat, y'all. It's time to eat. Then we're gonna relax and get ready for Monday because it will be here before you know it. Alright. To be honest, I'm really excited about this reset. Not, I feel like it's going to, one, test my discipline. And I'm going to have some, discipline with, for instance, my son is not doing the Daniel fast fully because he travels for basketball. So I can't keep up with that. So he had a salmon sandwich. And as I was heating up the salmon because it was left over from yesterday, I almost put it in my mouth without thinking. But now, this is also just going to have me thinking about intention. Did I really need that candy? Did I really need that tea? Or did I want it? So, just food for thought. Intention. All right, we boiling over here. We got 2 more minutes. And what was I gonna do? Oh, I'm getting the corn out of the freezer. And I'm about to pop this in the microwave. Yeah, see, it tells you that you can put it. I'm just making sure that you can put this in the microwave so I don't feel any type of way about doing that, friends. Alright, we gotta put cilantro in the rice and the corn. So we might need a little bit more cilantro. I'm gonna put this stuff back over there. Also, I'm gonna put the onions on a paper plate. And yes, if I need to save time, I'm gonna use a paper plate too. I'm definitely gonna use a paper plate. Yes. Wipe some of this up a little bit. So y'all, we are almost done, and this is with me talking to you all. So imagine if I was just in here not really thinking about what I'm doing. This is like a 30-minute meeting. That we about to have just a little bit. How much cilantro y'all like? And we have some more, so if we need to, we can cut up some more. And then I'm gonna take this off the stove. We all good. Y'all, this like little strainer thing that I have, I absolutely love it because when I'm cooking stuff like this, I can just use it for multiple things. It goes right over my stove. I usually just put the little rice bags there so they can cool off. Y'all, we are about to be done really soon. And we're gonna have to eat this chipotle bowl. Alrighty. Let's see, y'all. I don't even. Let's see. Let's see if we can look. And see. All right, y'all. I'm gonna have to learn. I'm gonna answer anything in the chat later because I ain't quite learned that yet. I am about to cut up a little lettuce to go on top real quick, and then we're about to be done. I'm gonna put this so we can wash this off real quick. Let's make a little room. Let me know, are y'all old school and you don't use the dishwasher and you wash dishes with hand, or you use the dishwasher? I do a little bit of both. I'm gonna use the dishwasher, but if it's not a lot of dishes, then I will also wash them by hand, or certain things I wash by hand. Alright, washing this thing out a little bit. I'm gonna wash off my lettuce. Our corn is all done and hot. Make sure we rinse that off. Dry it off. We're about to get corn or rice, and we're gonna eat, y'all. Just put the corn in there. I'm going to put a few onions in there. Some cilantro. Give this a little stir. Chipotle. Now for our rice. And it's soft and it's cooked. When you cook it in the bag. I'm gonna add some lime to this. And then some cilantro. The rest of that are lime. Alright, now mix this up and we're gonna put this bowl together. Alright, let's see what it's tasting like. I'm gonna add the little bit of rice first. And then, if you like black beans, don't forget about our black beans. Alright, y'all. We are about to wrap up. So I'm just going to be showing some meals that I do all week for the Daniel fast. And again, like I said, for me, it's just about, you know, quick meals, discipline, and just being intentional with things that I'm doing in my life now. I'm really focused on, you know, not just waiting until when I think I have time, but right now is the time to just start prioritizing yourself. So I hope that you know, that you do take time to prioritize please join if you would like to be on this journey with me as well. You are more than welcome. And, you know, I just really appreciate you, whether you are watching this live or you're watching it on a replay. Just appreciate you being here with me. Now let's see what we made. All right, y'all. So let's get a scoop of it all. We have our black beans, we have our corn, and a rice, a little guacamole that took us just a few minutes to make, a little lettuce. It's good. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all next time.